Motherhood, the scariest hood you will go through, where the babies are bullies and the significant others are a bonus child. The struggle is definitely real in these streets. Hey mamas, welcome to Let Mama Live, the podcast, episode 7. Yay! I am Jenn Pittman, mama of 2, mama of boys, mama of a toddler, and an autism mama. And I am here with you mamas to celebrate the joy in the struggle of this journey that we call motherhood. Y'all, the struggle is definitely real. Even though there's so much joy that comes with the love and the cuddles and the kisses and the funny times, the good times, the struggle is definitely real, especially when it comes to stress. I am here so that you can have someone to relate to, so you can have someone to talk to, so you can have someone to lean on when it comes to overcoming the stress that comes with that struggle of this journey called motherhood. So I am happy to have you with me today. If you are a returning listener, thank you so much for your continuous love and support. You are the reason why I keep going. And for my newbies, if you are new to the podcast, thank you for checking us out. I hope you will come back. I hope you will enjoy this episode so that you can come back and hear more of what I have to say. In this episode, we're going to jump right into it. We usually have our segments, our mama moments, and our confessions of a mama, our escaping a reality. But this time, it's all going to just blend into each other. Hopefully. I know it will. I said hopefully like I don't know. It's going to work. It's going to work out. But you know how I say, whatever works out in my head don't always work out in reality. But we're going to make this happen. So, in recent news, we have our segment called Escaping Reality, and that's our opportunity to jump out of our reality into the lives of a celebrity, someone in pop culture, a mama in pop culture, to see what they got going on, because my life is boring. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes it's kind of fun to jump out of our skin and into somebody else's situation. So what has been happening lately that is so positive is Michelle Obama, Auntie Michelle Obama. Yes, she's my auntie, y'all. She has released her new book called Becoming, and everyone is getting this book. I have not gotten it yet. I have not purchased it yet. I'm wondering if I even have time to read a book the way things have been happening lately. But I hope to maybe purchase the audiobook and check it out. But, you know, I was listening to her. I was watching some interviews on YouTube. I was looking at people post the book, and it brought to mind a mama guide that I had prepared to write coming up soon whenever I got the chance to sit down and write it, because as I said, the struggle has been real. This mama guide. So what is a mama guide? A mama guide is a free guide that I write. I take experiences or things that I have experienced, situations that I have experienced, and the journey that I had overcoming those stressful situations, I turned into a guide. I use my pain to empower you, and that's what I do through these guides. These guides are free. They're available for download on my website, letmamalive.com. All you have to do is put in your email address. I'm not going to spam you, and you'll get your downloadable copy of our mama guides, and there are 4 currently. But the 5th one I have that I will be writing is called 6 Ways to Be a Stress-Free Mama on a Self-Defined Mission. So I've had this in my notes section on my phone for a while, and when I saw Michelle Obama in her book called Becoming, it made me think of this. So these are 6 ways that I know from experience that will help you be stress-free. Stress-free is, I don't want to use that too loosely. Like, we could be stress-free maybe, I think. Hopefully. I think that the idea is to minimize the amount of stress that you're going through and be able to manage the amount of stress that you go through. So we say stress-free, but what we mean, or I say stress-free, but what I mean is at minimum stress. So that's what I mean when I say stress-free. But I want you to be a stress-free mama on a self-defined mission. What does that mean? That means walk the way you want to walk. Walk it like you talk. Hey, okay, that's my song for the episode. And I might have another one. Okay. So you have your own mission that you determined for yourself. It's your purpose in life. And when you go through this mission, stress is going to come. It's inevitable, you guys. All of us experience stress, sometimes good, sometimes bad stress. So it's going to happen. But when you're on a mission, it seems like you feel those things even more. Y'all, oh my gosh, my spirit just went up. I am on a mission to support mamas, future mamas, and teen girls in overcoming their challenges with stress. I am, as I said before, a mom of 2. I am a spouse. I am a military spouse. Now I am currently working full time, and honestly, I'm doing other things that are considered work as well. Working 2 jobs for the most part, full time. And the journey that I have, or that God has for me, is so hard to walk in, because whenever I get started on something, my mother hat has to come on. My wife hat has to come on. My friend hat has to come on. My daughter, my sister hat. Sometimes I have to put on my hat for self-care. Those things come first. And so sometimes it is hard and it is frustrating to walk on my self-defined mission, or in my self-defined mission, because I have other things, other ministries that I like to call in order on my plate. And so sometimes it's hard to walk in that mission, and stress makes you want to give up on it. But having opportunities to meet people who are touched by what I have to say and what I'm doing keeps me going. And knowing that this is God's purpose for my life keeps me going. But I'm going to tell you, recording this podcast episode has been a struggle, because every time I get started, here comes a baby. Every time I get started, I hear water running. Every time I get started, my baby injured himself. Yes, all of this happened tonight. Just one kid. Then you have the other kid. So the struggle is real when you have a purpose and you're walking in your purpose and you're a mom. So just put it that way. We want you to be stress-free, and we want you to walk in your purpose and enjoy life. Love life and live it well. So these are 6 ways to be a stress-free mama on a self-defined mission. The first way is be well. We want you to be well. Okay. So before I go into be well, I want you to know that these are ways that I've experienced in my life. This is all personal to me that I'm putting in a manuscript for you to read. The first is be well. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of our babies. I say it over and over and over again. It's been told to me by my mom over and over and over again. And it's so true. We have to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of our babies. And, that's my confession. I haven't been taking care of myself as well as I should. I start out well, and then something happens and I go downhill. And it's been a struggle, but we have to take care of ourselves. Our minds, our bodies, and our spirits are interconnected. And when my mind is not right, my body is not right. When my body is not right, my spirit is not right. And that affects my energy, that affects my environment, and that affects people who I interact with. So it's important for us to be well in order to walk on our mission and be stress-free. The second way is be organized. Organization is so hard. It's so hard. I am getting better at it, but what I realized in life is when I'm organized, especially juggling so many balls, when I'm organized, it's like I'm alleviated from the stress of procrastination. I'm alleviated from the stress of rushing. I'm alleviated from the stress of forgetfulness. Being organized makes this machine called Jenn run very well. So being organized is very important in being stress-free on a self-defined mission. Number 3 is be enriching and productive. Okay. We need to touch lives. We need to change lives. We need to motivate. We need to encourage. We need to inspire. We need to add value to other people's lives. It's not all about us. It's other people out there that we have to touch, and we have to be productive. We have to work, y'all. We have to do. It's one thing to dream, and it's another thing to do. We have to do our mission. We have to do life. That's another story. Okay. But we have to do our mission to move forward in being stress-free on a self-defined mission. So be enriching and be productive. The fourth B is be considerate. I want you to be considerate of the support that people give you. Be considerate of the criticism, constructive criticism that people give you. Be considerate of the advice that people give you. Now, when you are under stress, you don't want to hear all the rah-rah. You don't want to hear what people have to say. You don't want to hear people's results for your problems. You want to just sometimes vent, which is one of my guides on the website. But we have to be mindful of the love that people are trying to give us through their support, through their constructive criticism, and through their advice. And so we should be considerate of what they're trying to tell us instead of pushing them away. And, like I said, you have this vibe when you're under stress that you don't want to hear, but try to be intentional about being considerate by chewing up the meat and spitting out the bones. So taking the things that you don't mind accepting and receiving, and spit out the things that you ain't trying to hear right now. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be considerate. And also, don't take things personal. We become so sensitive when we are under stress, and somebody can they can just make a comment and we automatically see it as a critique. And so we have to kind of be considerate, not be considerate. We have to be intentional about not taking things so personal, because sometimes when we take things personal, it's like an added stress. It's just too much, y'all, too much. So let's be well, be organized, be enriching and productive, be considerate. And the next is be assertive. So I've talked about this in life this week, just conversing with other people, the idea of assertiveness. Assertiveness is very, very important. It's important for you to be able to voice how you feel unapologetically. It's important for you to tell people what's on your mind unapologetically and being considerate of their feelings, okay? There is a fine line I see in life, is this fine line between being assertive and going far left and being aggressive, or being assertive and being passive. We need to be on that fine line in the lane of being assertive and being able to voice our opinions, being able to advocate for ourselves without offending anyone, without being nasty, no nice nasty, and without being so timid and quiet that we allow people to run over us. Being assertive allows people to see what they're gonna get. They see what they're gonna get. So all that stress and drama that comes in relationships is going away because people know what they're gonna get when they encounter you. So be assertive. And my sixth way to be stress-free mama on a self-defined mission is to be realistic. And when I talk about being realistic, I'm actually talking about your body. So we talked about being well. We talked about our minds, our bodies, and our spirits being interconnected. We have to be realistic when it comes to pushing ourselves. As moms, we have this cape on our back. We're super women. We're just trying to get everything done. I can come home from a full day at work and tell myself that I'm going to clean up the whole house, a 4-bedroom house with a living room and a kitchen and bathrooms. I'm going to clean up the whole house while having one kid, doing this, another kid doing homework and cooking dinner for my husband, and I'm going to be able to prepare for the next day. Like, I'm going to push myself to do all this, but you have to be realistic. Like, I'm feeling this right now. I feel this in my spirit right now, y'all. Like, we have to be realistic with our bodies. If our bodies is telling us that you need to sit your behind down and take a rest, then you need to sit your behind down and take a rest. Like, for real, for real. And honestly, my body is telling me that right now. Like, Jen, you need to just sit down and take a rest. You cannot do all of this. But long story short, we keep pushing, and we hope that we don't push ourselves to the point where we can't go anymore. So please, 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 please be realistic. Then I have a bonus for you. I have 7, actually. I have a bonus for you. Be optimistic. Oh, optimism is so hard. It's a practice. It takes practice. It is so easy to complain. It is so easy to have that woe is me moment. It is so easy to nitpick, to find that one thing that pushes you off the edge or take you to the edge. When you are under so much stress, it's so easy to do that. Stay positive. I've said before in a mama moment, I believe it was on a video, it was turn your complaints into compliments. Turn your complaints into compliments. Whenever you have a complaint that pop in your head, instead of saying it, turn it into a compliment. Like, find a way to remain positive. And you need that positive energy everywhere you go. I've talked about this in practice. I try to wake up and say, God, I get to go to work. I am so grateful that I get to go to work. Instead of saying, man, I got to go to work today, I don't want to go. Instead, I wake up and I say, I get to go. Starting my day without social media, but starting my day with prayer, with meditation, with journaling. So finding ways to create an energy at home, finding ways to create an energy in the car, whether it's listening to motivational or inspirational music, whether it's listening to a motivational or inspirational podcast like the Let Mama Live podcast, hey, whatever it may be, carry that positive energy to your car, and then carry that positivity to your next destination. For me, it's my job, and I have a bulletin board where I put a word on that bulletin board, a positive word. It's an affirmation. It's something that I have to remind myself to do, and it then encourages my office mate so that she has the right energy going. We're bouncing positive, good vibes back and forth. And whenever you feel bad, you can relate to that board, and then try your best to have that energy after a long day of work, or after a long day of being home with kids and cooking and cleaning and entertaining your spouse. After a long day of school, try your best to maintain that little ounce of positivity that you might have left. That little ounce, try to keep it. And try to allow it to flow through your home when you return from the end of the day. And I promise you, your life will be so less filled with stress. 6 ways to be a stress-free mama on a self-defined mission. I love this, you guys. I love it. I feel it in my spirit. So again, when you go on letmamalive.com, and you scroll down on the homepage, you will see the 4 mama guides. These guides touch on some of the things that I suggested today. We have volume 1 is 5 tips to rise, grind, and go get it. Volume 2 is vent now, grind later. 4 ways mamas should use venting to fuel their grind. So let me read that again. Vent now, grind later. 4 ways mamas should use venting to fuel their grind. Then we have Mamas versus the World. 5 Bible verses to help mamas persevere and keep grinding. And these verses I did use for myself. And there's a story behind them. So please read and share. And I have a 4th one that I don't have written on here. It's reset. But it's called Reset. Hey Mama, Reset. A mama guide to reset life and reduce stress to reboot your grind. And that came from a moment where I had, hey, I need to press the reset button. Well, Jen, how do you do that? And I said, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do step 1, step 2, step 3. And I did it and it worked. It helped me. So I put it in a manual, and it's called Hey Mama, Reset. A mama's guide to reset life to reduce stress A mama's guide to reset life and reduce stress to reboot your grind. Why can't I talk, y'all? Y'all get it. That's volume 4. letmamalive.com. Those guides are there. And the next one is going to be 6 ways to be stress-free mama on a self-defined mission. So I am glad that I got that off my chest. I was able to share that with you. The main thing is, like I said, these manuals, these guides are from my experience. And as I was getting the kids ready for bed and juggling all these balls, this came to mind, these ways to be. And I have to remind myself to be these things, because if you don't, stress will take you under. It would just take hold of you, and you will become discouraged. You will have fear. You will have negative, nasty thoughts and mindsets. And those things will take over. And I just don't want that for you. And I don't want that for myself. So it's important that we take heed to these things and that we practice them and apply them to our lives. The Let Mama Live platform and Love Life, Live Life Health Education Services, we target women who are mamas, we target future mamas, and we target teen girls. Those three demographics are very important, because it's very important for those in those stages in life for you to learn how to identify your stress and properly manage your stress, self-manage your stress if need be, or go to a therapist to get it started. Because, put my health educator hat on, stress in the early stages of life can affect your unborn child that you hope to have in the future. And no matter how much prenatal care you receive, those negative effects are still going to occur to that child. So it is very, very important for us to prevent the negative outcomes of stress at an early age. Teenage years are those years that you're starting to experience it. It's those moments where you're having drama with friends, with relationships, with parents, with school. Is so much on your back, and you still have to think about what's going to happen in the future. If we prevent it early, you guys, if we stop it and start with our babies by stopping allowing stress to take over our bodies and our minds and our spirits, we would be so much healthier. We would be so much happier. We will be able to live out our self-defined mission, and we will be able to have healthy babies to carry on the torch. So remember, you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your babies. So thank you for listening to that. Ooh, y'all, my spirit is full after telling you that. So before we leave, we have some announcements. I have some announcements. Let me get it together. Before we leave, we have my vision book party coming up soon. Now, this is the third year that I do a virtual vision book party. A lot of people don't know what a vision book is, but it's just a vision board in a composition book. That's all it is. That's how I keep my vision boards, in a book, because I'm able to carry it around and refer to it whenever I want. So now I've been keeping a vision book since 2014. I think it's been, I think my first pages started in 2014. I've been keeping this vision book, and it's progressed as I've learned, as I've grown as a health educator and as a health coach. I've learned how to make it more comprehensive. When I say comprehensive, I mean that we're encompassing every area of your life and putting it in this book. This is more, or on this board, this is more than just, I want a big house and a lot of money and a nice car. This is more than that. This is life, your well life, the life that you envision for yourself and hope to pass on to your babies. So this is our third year doing this virtually. This will be our 2019 Web Life Vision Book Party. It's going to be held December the 26th through January the 2nd, 2019. December 26th, 2018 through January the 2nd, 2019. And you get to pick your platform. Again, this is virtual, so you're doing this on your own time, but you're following along virtually to the steps and to the tips and suggestions. And then you're sharing your progress on social media. So you get to pick your platform. You can pick Facebook. We have a private group over on Facebook called Love Life, Live Life Meetup. That's Love Life, Live Life Meetup. And you can follow along on Instagram on IG by following at Let Mama Live on IG. That's at Let Mama Live on IG. And if you want to, you can follow at Jenn Pittman, at I am Jenn Pittman. That's my handle as well. I'm going to follow. I'm going to copy things onto my personal page as well. And I think on IG, what we're going to do is use the IG stories, and we're going to use maybe the IGTV. Is that what it's called? IGTV or whatever it's called. We're going to use that in order to post our progress and use a hashtag. And that way I can screenshot your progress and add it to our page. And you don't have to flood your personal timeline, your personal IG page with pictures of your vision book unless you want to. And so I'm excited about this opportunity. As I said, we all have a self-defined mission for ourselves. And when we are walking in that mission, we are more likely to be stress-free. So I want to encourage everyone to walk in your mission and to create a vision to make a reality so that you can have something to work towards and not stress about what your future is going to be like, or what is going to be like, what you're going to have and not have in the future. You're making a plan. Ultimately, that's what you're doing. With this vision board, it's just a plan. It's a plan to help move you forward to greatness. And again, having that plan, being prepared, being organized will help you move forward on your self-defined mission with minimal stress. So yes, we have our party coming up. I'm excited, and I hope you are willing to join in with me. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Whatever you're doing, I hope that it turns to gold and it glitters. I hope that you be your strong, best self. I hope that you take time to take care of yourself, to love on yourself, have self-love, self-care, and self-confidence. I hope that you encounter people who are for you and not against you, and that God moves those people out of your path that are against you. That's one of my favorite things to pray, is that for people who are against me or things that are against me, please move them out of my path and replace them with people who are for me, here for me, to support me. So I pray that you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful week, and I thank you for joining me on the Let Mama Live podcast. So to close out, we have our affirmations. Continue to be bold, be confident, and be courageous. Be bold in who you are. Love who you are. Be unapologetic. Be assertive. Be bold. Be confident. Have that self-confidence. Know what you're going for, what you're pushing through. Know that God got you. Know that everything's going to be okay, and you're going to turn your vision into a reality. Be confident and be courageous, y'all. We have to be tough. We have to be strong. We have to not be afraid of what's coming in the future. Have no fear. Be bold, be confident, and be courageous. And keep grinding, because we know this struggle is definitely real. The Let Mama Live podcast is sponsored by The Blackout Photography. Check out his work on Instagram at Snap Game. That's at Snap, SNAP Game. Or check him out online at www.theblackoutphotography. That's THE blackoutphotography.com. Thank you for your support.